Hi everybody, this is Hillary and welcome back to day 3 of the Card a Day Challenge. Now for today we're talking about the Little White Book, or LWB for short. The Little White Book has both good points to it and bad points to it. When you're first starting out reading tarot, I'm a big fan of looking at the Little White Book and looking at the keywords of the Little White Book in order to start memorizing the traditional associated keywords for each card. Start to get more into tarot and you come across cards that in that particular context tell you something different than the Little White Book association, that's when things start to get a little bit trickier because you then have the conversation in your head as to, okay, well, what's true? What's the best interpretation of this particular card? Is it the Little White Book, or is it what I'm seeing based on this particular context? And only you can really answer that, but in my estimation, you need to start learning how to trust what you're seeing in the cards. A couple of examples of the Little White Book. So not all tarot decks come with a Little White Book. Some tarot decks come with companion books, which are much more in-depth and actually look like books. So first, here I have what usually comes with a tarot deck. So this is from the Dreaming Way Tarot, which happens to be, or happened to be, my deck of the month. What I normally do is I'll write down when I'm doing my card of the day the keywords that come out of the Little White Book, and then I will go on to provide my own interpretation of the card. So that's a good way to cover all your base. It gets a little bit trickier when you're trying to learn the meaning of the tarot and you're starting to get different associations with, like, for the Emperor card per se. And you see it to be patriarchy instead of a father figure. That could be a very valid interpretation of the Emperor card within the context of what you were asking the tarot or what the question was for the tarot, either for yourself or for a client. So don't discount your intuition in all of this, because there could be a day where you're seeing the Emperor card and you're interpreting it completely differently to when you saw the Emperor card maybe even 2 days before that. This is probably one of the biggest stumbling blocks that people get when they're starting to learn tarot, is trusting themselves and figuring out what they're seeing and what symbols are jumping out at them, and having to reconcile it with the maybe the intended meaning of the cards, or the intended meaning as through the lens of that particular artist's depiction of that tarot deck. So what I want to say to you guys is, don't discount your intuition. That's the biggest lesson here, because what you may be seeing is more applicable to your own situation than what someone may have come up with, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago when they first imagined the deck. Like, for example, this is the Little White Book. This is the reason why most tarot readers refer to it as the LWB, or the Little White Book, because that's what most decks come with. Other decks that may have more complicated origins or may deviate really drastically from the original depictions of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck or the Thoth deck, may have more complicated or in-depth companion books. So a companion book would look something like this. So this is the companion book from the Mary L. Tarot by Marie White. And as you can see here, this is quite in-depth and can go into not only the origins of the art depicted on each individual card, but also how the structure of the tarot deck may differ from a traditional tarot deck, and the explanation as to the artistic reasons why they did that. So you've got Little White Book and you've got companion books. Now, what I want to say to you is these are great resources, especially when you're learning tarot, because you can, when you're pulling a card of the day, which you're going to do, of course, at the end of this video, when you're pulling a card of the day and you're kind of looking at it and going, well, I don't quite know. I don't know what I'm seeing here. That's when you can take a companion book or the Little White Book and you can read that card's meaning or that card's keywords and start to integrate that into your learning, as well as your own intuitive knowledge or what hits you might be getting. And in this sense, I really enjoy having both the intuitive hits and the Little White Book meanings side by side in order to better, again, integrate both sets of knowledge, because both sets of knowledge are, of course, valid. Your intuition is valid, as well as the traditional meanings of the cards are valid too. What I would love for you to do is I've created a couple of worksheets that may be helpful to you over the next few days of the challenge. When you are pulling a card of the day, no matter what card you get, you can then go ahead and find that card on the worksheets that I've given you. And I've provided you both for the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana because both have an equal possibility of coming up when you're doing your card of the day pull. And what I want you to do is do a free association. What's the first word that you're getting that comes to mind when you look at the card? And I want you to write that down on the worksheet. Then I want you to go into either the Little White Book or the companion book, whatever came with your tarot deck, and I want you to look it up. And I want you to maybe write down not all of the keywords, because there might be quite a few, but the most applicable one that you find when you're reading through that list. And I want you to write that down beside the original word that you thought of right when you looked at the card. And then I want you to see the differences between them. Are they the same? Do they happen to be the same? Are they synonyms for each other, or is it completely different? Because all of that gives you information as to, one, learning the tarot, and two, better understanding your own intuition and the symbols that go into the tarot. Because each tarot card is a world unto itself, and you can get so much from one tarot card. It's the whole point of this challenge, actually, is the amount of information you can get out of just one card of the tarot. So that's day 3. That's your challenge for today. Is you're going to see the worksheets in the email that I gave you. Go ahead and download those worksheets, print them out for yourself, and start to fill them out as you're doing your card of the day pulls. Now, you could be more adventurous and you could pull more than one card of the day just to see how they start to interact with each other, or you can just keep it to one card a day. So what I want you to do is go ahead and shuffle up your deck and see what card that you pull for today. I'll go ahead and grab the nearest and dearest deck, which I was saying before is the Joie de Vivre. That happens to be my deck of the month for the month of April. Go ahead and shuffle it up. And what I got was the Moon, but reversed. So remember, we talked about reversals yesterday in day 2 of the challenge. So you can go ahead and you can apply that now to your card of the day if you happen to be wanting to read with reversals. That's cool. So the Moon card reversed to me is secrets revealed, because when the Moon card is upright, it usually means something more is going on below the surface of the water of the lake, which the moon shines onto. So you see a nice, calm, still surface, but there's a lot that could be revealed when you go below the surface. So when I see the reversal of this card, it usually means to me secrets to be revealed, or secrets are going to be revealed. There's more going on, and they are going to be revealed. So there you go. What I suggested for today's challenge. You look at the moon, my association keyword when I first see it is secrets, with the reversal revealed. So that would be my combination of keywords from my own intuition, secrets revealed. Then what I would do is I would go into the little white book. Unfortunately, I don't know where my companion book is for the Joie de Vivre Tarot, but I'll just grab this one here and I will look up the moon card. And sometimes the little white book or the companion book will have keywords for both the upright and reversed meanings. So if you want to go with that and you want to take a look at that and find that to be helpful, there you go. So the reversed meanings, for example, from the Dreaming Way Tarot's moon card would be a mystery becomes solved, gradual revelation and realization, insight, and solutions to problems. So actually not that far off from what I originally said when I saw the moon reversed, secrets revealed. So that's within the first words, a mystery becomes solved. Pretty close, I think. So there you go. So without action, this challenge means nothing. So go ahead right now, right after the video is over, go ahead and shuffle up your deck and pull your card of the day. And I really want to see it in the Facebook group. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4 of the Card a Day challenge. Have a great day.